Get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Good morning.
It's not snowing here.
Yay.
Today is Wednesday, February 2nd. This is Moving Forward TV. My name is Ron Morris, your local Tampa Bay real estate and mortgage update.
And I'm Delynn Gaston. We have a packed show for you today, but first, before we get started,
The comic of the week.
here's our comic.
So over the last several months, we've been talking about purchasing power and how it's far better to buy rather than rent. In recent conversations with some of our realtor viewers, it was brought to our attention that while this is still true, with the current economic situation, a lot of renters out there have experienced some credit issues, be it bankruptcies, foreclosures, and it could present a problem as far as financing was concerned.
So when we actually think this out, when exactly do buyers become buyers? Yes.
700 credit score, tons of money.
Not necessarily. We've been talking this out, and actually these renters can become buyers as soon as now, possibly.
Why?
Or very near future anyway, because the economic downturn actually started in 2007. When you think about it, in 2007, that's when everything started. People started losing their jobs. As an example, we take someone lost their job, struggling to make their payments,
Robbing
on
Peter to pay
unemployment,
Paul.
robbing Peter to pay Paul,
Right.
trying to catch up, getting further and further behind. What ends up happening is they do that for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, they say, that's it, I cannot take it anymore, I am throwing in the towel, I have had it completely over. And they end up filing a bankruptcy.
So that's like 09.
Unfortunately, right. Bad things happen to good people, and they filed a bankruptcy, let's say in 2009. So when is this person who filed a bankruptcy in 2009 available for FHA financing?
7 years? 7 years.
Nay, nay. Not
5
7.
years?
No, not even 5 years.
Could it be today?
Yes, actually, it can be today because FHA only requires 2 years from the time of discharge if someone wants to buy a home with FHA financing. That's great. That's very good news. And we know how to help these people get there. Now, it's not an automatic thing. You know, 2
Correct.
years later, bingo, you're ready for financing. They have to do some things. They have to get their credit scores back up. And we're not saying perfect. Somewhere in the 620 to 640 range is fine. We know how to help them get it there. They have to reestablish credit. One of the biggest mistakes that people do after having a bankruptcy is they avoid it. They hide. I understand it's embarrassing, it's devastating to people to go through something like that, but the worst thing they can do for themselves is hide from it. They need to immediately go out and start reestablishing credit. There are credit agencies out there who will give you credit cards, things like that, or if you've maintained a credit trade line that
through
you
the
already
bankruptcy,
have
right.
through the bankruptcy,
That's a good
you'll be
reestablished
fine.
credit, right.
We can help people do things like that.
In reestablishing credit, FHA requires 3 trade lines for 12 months. Now, if you happen to carry something through the bankruptcy, a good example will be a car payment. You maintain the car payment through the bankruptcy, still have the car payment now, that would be 1.
Yes.
Then in that example, you would need to establish 2 more trade lines. But FHA's requirement is 12 months, 3 trade lines after the bankruptcy. I've recently had conversations with 5 or 6 potential buyers, actually through realtor partners that I know, that sent clients to me that had credit issues. I was not able to help all of them, but probably half of them I was able to educate and steer them in the right direction. They're going to be buyers in 6 months or so.
Because these renters out there are paying like $1,000 a month in rent right now.
Which would equate, $1,000 a month of rent would equate to about a $120,000 home right now. And there are a number of renters out there paying $1,000 or more in rent.
Bottom line is, you know what, some of these people might not be ready right now to buy a house, but with a little bit of education, a little bit of guidance, together, we can get them to be buyers in the very near future.
And now for something completely different.
Here's some very interesting information. 2010, new home sales, that's not existing, new home sales, lowest in 47 years since 1963. In 2010, they sold 321,000 units. Average healthy year, 600,000 units.
That is huge,
Big
absolutely
number.
huge.
Low number.
12,560. What is that, you might say? What was the average cost of a new home in 1963?
Thank you, Karnak the Magnificent.
$12,560.
Average cost of a new home in 1963.
That's amazing. Here's another tidbit of information that hopefully will be helpful to some people. The government has actually come out and given Florida, or is giving Florida, $1 billion to help struggling homeowners. This is for people that are still in their homes right now, struggling to make their mortgage payments. Unemployed people are the ones who are getting first priority. They say it can help about 20,000 Floridians, a far cry from where we need it, but you know what? It's a start. They are going to be actually giving people money so that they can stay in their homes to help them make their mortgage payments over the next 18 months. We've put, if you want more information, we've put a link to their website on our website. It's Florida Hardest Hit or something like that. So click on that link and you'll be able to read more information on that. And another tidbit of information, did you know?
I did not.
I'll bet you did. Maybe you didn't. Did you know that this is National Severe Weather Awareness Week? And each day this week, the Florida Division of Emergency Management is actually spotlighting one particular, I guess, weather type, you'd say.
Okay.
And they're giving information about it every single day this week to make people aware, obviously. Today happens to be tornadoes and thunderstorms. Like, that never happens.
Get our share of those.
So we're putting a link to their website on our website, so you can get a lot of information about that too, which might be pretty helpful to people moving from out of state.
Right, correct. Okay, trivia question. There is one state in the country that does not allow a reverse mortgage to be used as a purchase. Now, it can be used as a refinance in that state, but there's one state that will not allow a reverse mortgage to be used as a purchase. The only hint I'm going to give you, it's not Florida. And I'll leave it at that. Blog us, email us, and we'll let you know the answer.
Email us, blog us. Thanks. And that's our show for today. But before we go, we wanted to go on to our movie challenge. We want to say congratulations to Mark Collins.
Mark Collins was our winner.
Who is our winner.
Good job,
who
Mark.
correctly named The Blues Brothers. That was another easy
Pretty
one.
easy
But,
one,
you know,
yeah.
that's a great movie, too. They all are. So remember, email us with the answer to this question. Here's this week's challenge.
Well, when a fella comes back from the dead, I find that an occasion to stand up, to be counted.
We'd like to thank everyone for watching this week. And as a quick reminder, we have Gary Lyons, local attorney with McFarland Gould, as a guest 2 weeks from now, our first guest. We're very excited about that. And Gary's an expert in short sales and foreclosures, anything connected to real estate, of course.
It's going to be a great show. Also, please remember to blog us and email us down below. We really appreciate your feedback. Also, please Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that stuff. We're on there as well. And visit our sponsors. They are wonderful people, and I'm sure can help you with all your needs.
Answer a lot of questions, absolutely.
Yes. Thanks so much for watching. That's our show this week. We are
Moving forward, see everybody next week.
Bye-bye.
Well, the show is speeding along very quickly this evening.
Oh, yes. Someone must have told him it's harder to hit a moving target.
I want a girl with a mind like a diamond. I want a girl